What's good, y'all? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Reese, aka the Sideliner. As you can see, we got a new little setup going on. NBA playoffs, man, right around the corner. If they was to start today, things will get a little spicy. Very interesting matchups going on, a few rematches taking place. But let's just dive right into it, man. I would like to say, if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Turn on post notifications so you know when the next video is dropping. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. If you like the content, leave a comment down below. Something I can improve on, something that you enjoyed in the video. But the NBA play-in, man, that's something that a lot of teams really depend on. If they know they're gonna be somewhat bad or in a rebuilding phase, like an Atlanta Hawks team or Washington Wizards. They hang their hats on that during the season. Oh, we can be somewhat competitive and still make the play-in and have a chance to make the playoffs, fill the seats, get the money, get people in the seats, get money for our team, build revenue. But yeah, man, I'm glad that it was added to the postseason repertoire. It just adds another layer of interesting storyline for the NBA. Out east, we have the number 7 Miami Heat taking on the number 8 team, the Atlanta Hawks. That will be the first game out of the Eastern Conference. And in the West, you got 7 Minnesota Timberwolves versus the 8 seed Los Angeles Clippers, man. Like I said, this is based off if the NBA playoffs were to start today, March 8th. So if the NBA playoffs were to start today, March 8th, 2023, these would be the matchups. 7-8 Atlanta Hawks, 7-8 Los Angeles Clippers, Minnesota Timberwolves, number 7. And you also have number 9 Toronto Raptors taking on the number 10 team, Washington Wizards. And a team that I really did not expect to be in this position again, the Los Angeles Lakers, man. Number 9, sitting at the number 9 seed after a great win last night over the, who was it? A great win last night over the Ja Morantless Memphis Grizzlies. Taking on the number 10 seed New Orleans Pelicans, who at this point, if the playoffs were to start today, are missing their star player in Zion Williamson. Just take all that into account when we're talking about these matchups. So we're gonna knock out the Eastern Conference first and then move on over to the West in the play-in. Miami Heat, Atlanta Hawks. This is a matchup that we just saw twice in the past week. The first game, the Miami Heat clamped down on Trae Young, held him to just 8 points. The second game, I think Trae Young iced the game with 26 points. He was really solid in that game. Jimmy Butler had a near triple-double. But this matchup is something that we've seen before. The Atlanta Hawks added their new wrinkle with DeJounte Murray. John Collins is looking better since the trade deadline is passed. He's not in those rumors as of now. Onyeka Okongwu's defense, Clint Capella's not really a resurgence, but coming back and just being a part of this team defensively, helping them out, rebounding the ball. The Miami Heat, who they played before, just last year's playoff series, it wasn't even really a competition. They should have swept them, but it went to 5. In my opinion, it's probably going to go the same. Probably going to go the same this year, although Miami hasn't looked well offensively. With Kyle Lowry not being as good as he could be. Tyler Hero has his lapses. Sometimes Jimmy Butler doesn't really want to score the ball. Bam Adebayo is not as aggressive as you need him to be. But the Atlanta Hawks team, they just got a new coach in Quinn Snyder. They're still figuring some things out, but going against a seasoned team in a Miami Heat with Coach Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler, who's been to the NBA Finals, led this team to the NBA Finals. I just see this one game elimination. Jimmy Butler's gonna lock in and he's gonna take care of business and get the Miami Heat to the actual playoffs. Now the Toronto Raptors are taking on the Washington Wizards in this hypothetical play-in situation. Number 9 Toronto, 10 Washington. Toronto hasn't looked very good at all this season. I'm surprised that they're even this high in the standings. Well, not really when you consider what the Charlotte Hornets and Detroit Pistons have been doing for Victor Wembanyama, but that's neither here nor there. But the Toronto Raptors haven't looked solid. The biggest bright spot for me has been the addition of Jakob Poeltl. Immediately when he comes in, you can see the energy of the defense has improved. His rebounding is stellar. His his ability to block shots and deter people from the rim is top notch, and they really needed that going into the playoffs, this playoff push anyway. The Washington Wizards, though, they are somewhat, in my opinion, more of a complete team. The Toronto Raptors, yes, they had the NBA Finals run and win in 2019, but that team is totally different. The only two remaining players from that team, I believe, are Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Oh, and OG Anunoby. But other than that, their team is completely different. The Washington Wizards, though, you have 3 players scoring 20-ish points per night. Kristaps Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal, Monte Morris can fill up the points when he wants to. They traded away Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to get Will Barton just for them to buy him out and him to go sign with Toronto. So who knows with the Washington Wizards, man? I just don't see them pulling it out against Toronto. Like I said, although they are the more put together team at the moment, I just don't see it happening. Not in a one-game elimination. The Toronto Raptors, like I said, they have that NBA Finals, NBA playoffs experience, so they know what to do in this situation. So I'm going with the Toronto Raptors to win this matchup. So seeing how Miami, 7 seed, beat the 8 seed Atlanta Hawks, the 7 seed Miami Heat will now take on the 2 seed Boston Celtics. So that leaves the Atlanta Hawks, 8 seed, taking on the 10 seed Washington Wizards in the second round of the play-in. Seeing how the Wizards were the 10 seed, they have to win 2 games to get into the actual playoffs. Atlanta just had to win the 1, but seeing how they lost, they have to come and try to win this one now against the Washington Wizards. I don't know, man. This one was kind of tough to decide. I ultimately went with the Atlanta Hawks just because they do have that recent playoff experience and seasoning to their game. You have DeJounte Murray coming in from a San Antonio Spurs team where he was the guy sitting alongside of Trae Young at the moment, but they are, to an extent, cohesive on the court. It hasn't looked the greatest, but with this new coach, Quinn Snyder, he's a proven playoff coach. Although they haven't gotten to the conference finals or anything like that, he's a proven playoff coach. He can win you a series in this one game. Although they did lose to Miami Heat, this one game against Washington Wizards, I don't see where they can lose this game unless Trae Young has an off shooting night or something in that nature. I'm taking the Atlanta Hawks for this game. That will boost Atlanta into the playoffs, taking on the 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, Western Conference now. 7 seed Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the 8 seed Los Angeles Clippers. I don't really know what really to say about this series. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this series or what to say about it really, other than the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns is missing and there's no timetable for his return. Like I said, this is a hypothetical if the NBA playoffs were to start today, March 8th, 2023. So without Karl-Anthony Towns, the Los Angeles Clippers should win this game pretty convincingly, although they have stretches where they can blow 20-point leads or they can be up 10 in the fourth quarter and the game goes to overtime. But when you have a dog in Russell Westbrook, you have a seasoned vet in Paul George and a Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, a consummate All-NBA, All-Star conversations player in Kawhi Leonard, there's no way that the Los Angeles Clippers lose this game to a young Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert. Ty Lue has already had experience in playing against or coaching against a Rudy Gobert team, and we saw what happened last time. So it may be different this time around. Who knows? But Ty Lue is the king of adjustments, especially when it comes to getting his role players involved. So I'm going with the Los Angeles Clippers, and that sets them in the NBA playoffs, taking on the Sacramento Kings. 2-8 matchup, them taking on the Sacramento Kings. But that would make them the 7th seed. They're 8th seed right now. 2-7, Sacramento, Los Angeles Clippers. And now the more interesting one of the entire play-in, the one that all eyes are going to be on, the Los Angeles Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Mostly because this is two teams that made huge trades, blockbuster trade to get Anthony Davis to Los Angeles out of New Orleans and sent Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and others to New Orleans. Brandon Ingram being the last one left of that tandem. The Los Angeles Lakers, man, when you have LeBron James, That's really all you need. This is a one-game elimination. Last time LeBron was in the play-in, he gamed Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors to get his team in the playoffs, although they did lose that series to, I think, the Phoenix Suns. LeBron's not about to lose he's not about to lose to the Pelicans without Zion Williamson. I'm gonna tell you that. In a one-game series elimination, a one-game elimination rather, he's not losing to a New Orleans Pelicans team that was on such a high. They were the 1 seed when they had Zion, and they've fallen all the way down to the 10 seed, essentially nearly out of the play-in, because they're tied at this moment. They're tied with Portland, they're tied with OKC, and they're also tied with Utah. So really, we could have thrown any of those 4 teams in here, but the way that the standings were on NBA.com Basketball Reference, the New Orleans Pelicans had the 10 seed, so I decided to slot them in there. And either way this goes, the Lakers are advancing in my opinion. So Los Angeles Lakers, seeing how they were the 9-10 matchup, they have to win 2 to get into the playoffs. So Minnesota losing to the Clippers makes them the Lakers matchup for this. And you know who I'm going with, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Moving on, we don't have to speak too much about that. Karl-Anthony Towns is missing. Zion Williamson was missing. LeBron is going to take advantage and capitalize on this. He is 38 years old, the NBA's all-time leading scorer. He wants, look at this man right here. This man won another ring, all right? And I would be very ecstatic as a LeBron James fan. He's my favorite player of all time, for him to get his 5th ring and shut up all this GOAT talk. But yeah, 9 seed Los Angeles Lakers, winning those 2 play-in games, moving into the playoffs, taking on the 1 seed Denver Nuggets. And that's just the play-in, guys. I know that was a lot. It was a little lengthy, but now we can get into the nitty-gritty NBA playoffs first round. So we got our 1-8 Milwaukee Bucks, Atlanta Hawks, 2-7 Boston Celtics, Miami Heat, 3-6 Philly versus Brooklyn, 4-5 Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. Out west, 1 seed Denver taking on the Los Angeles Lakers, the 8th seed, 2 seed Sacramento Kings. I'm shocked, super shocked to be saying that at this point in the NBA season. But the 2 seed Sacramento Kings taking on the 8 seed Los Angeles Clippers, 7 seed Los Angeles Clippers. 3 seed Memphis Grizzlies without Ja Morant taking on the 6 seed Golden State Warriors, who just got back Stephen Curry. Thankfully for them in this hypothetical. And the matchup that every NBA fan wants to see. Hopefully this matchup, this 4-5 matchup of Dallas versus Phoenix, is the matchup that happens in the actual NBA this season. This will be the best first round matchup in years. But I'm not really gonna go too much into details. I'll do another video predicting, so to speak, the NBA playoffs. This was just if the NBA playoffs were to start today. So we got the play-in done. Let's move on to the NBA playoffs. 1st seed Milwaukee Bucks, 8th seed Atlanta Hawks. We gotta take the Milwaukee Bucks. This is going 4. No need to even speak on that one really. Now the 1 seed Denver Nuggets, who have been hot all year. Nikola Jokic is going to win his 3rd straight MVP, the first player since Larry Bird. This is hella impressive, bro. Hella impressive. So 1 seed Denver Nuggets, 8 seed Los Angeles Lakers. As bad as I want to give LeBron this nod, as bad as I want to say LeBron's going to clutch it, Anthony Davis is going to show up. This could go 7. But I just don't see a world where the Denver Nuggets lose this series, unfortunately. If only the Los Angeles Clippers were the 9 seed and the Lakers were the 8 seed, I could see a world where the Lakers take on the Kings, and that may be something. But unfortunately, this season may be another first-round exit for LeBron James. I know what I just said. We want him to get his 5th ring, bro, but he's taking on the Nuggets, bro. So, Boston Celtics, Miami Heat. This is going to be a dogfight. It's always a dogfight. This is going to be a hell of a series, too, bro. Jason Tatum going up against Jimmy Butler, bro. Bam Adebayo banging down there with Robert Williams. Jaylen Brown just lighting it up, being the sidekick, so to say, if you want to say that, to Jason Tatum. I'm going Boston here, bro. They were the 1 seed half the season. Past week or so, 2 weeks, they haven't looked great. Milwaukee Bucks went on a 16-game win streak and snatched that 1 seed away from the Boston Celtics, and I don't see them the rest of the season. I don't see that changing. So a team coming off of an NBA Finals appearance in the Boston Celtics, I know they're hungry. I know they're wanting to get back to that position. Jason Tatum didn't play as well as he wanted to his expectations, to the expectations of the Boston Celtics fans and NBA fans as a whole. They are hungry to get back to the NBA Finals, so I'm taking them in 6 over the Miami Heat. 2 seed Sacramento Kings, 8 seed, 7, excuse me, I don't know why I keep doing that. 7 seed Los Angeles Clippers. This could go either way, bro. We saw these two teams take on each other a few weeks ago. The 4th highest scoring game in NBA history, 176 to 175. That was absolutely ridiculous. Double overtime. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. Like I said, this is if the NBA playoffs were to start today, I have to take Sacramento on the simple fact that the Clippers have so many players that they still have to acclimate into the rotation. Acquiring Eric Gordon at the deadline. I think I said Aaron Gordon in one of my last videos. I'm sorry about that. Eric Gordon, Mason Plumlee, Russell Westbrook. They still have all these pieces that acclimate into the team. Sacramento, they've been steady the past year. They still have the team from last year. They just got a couple rookies and like a Keegan Murray. He's looked good this year. Absolutely flamethrower from downtown. I gotta go with Sacramento. This won't be a sweep. This won't be a gentleman's sweep either. I'll go 6 Sacramento. Philly versus Brooklyn. Brooklyn got here from the work KD and Kyrie put in before they were traded. So kudos to those 2 players, and Brooklyn are singing their praises, although they're about to get eliminated. I'm going 5 on this one. They'll be lucky if they get like a Mikal Bridges 35, 40-point game. Seth Curry lighting it up, going for 25 or something. But I'll give them that 1 win and go 5. 3 seed Memphis Grizzlies, no Ja Morant, taking on the 6th seeded Golden State, who just got back Stephen Curry, and they have a Klay Thompson has been amazing the past month and a half or so. Klay Thompson is balling, bro. So although they are the lower seed, like I said, this is the playoff. This is if the playoffs started today. Memphis Grizzlies, no Ja Morant. Yes, they are great. From last season, we had that stat. It was like 24-3 without Ja Morant, something like that. I just don't see a world where they take down the Golden State Warriors. We saw the series last year. They got a couple games. They got one even without Ja, I believe, but not this year. I'm sorry. They were they were the higher seed last year as well at the 2 seed, and the same thing happened. So I'm going Golden State. Golden State in 6. I think this will still go 6 without Ja. Cleveland Cavaliers, number 4 seed, 5 seed New York Knicks. This one's gonna be a brutal playoff matchup. Like, we might get a 97 to 93 playoff game, like a early 2000s type playoff game with a bruiser like Julius Randle down there, Mitchell Robinson deterring stuff at the rim, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. They're like this. I can see this series being like one of the highest 3-point attempted series of recent years. Based off of that fact alone, you have those bruisers down low. Everybody's just gonna want to be taking shots. So this one can go 7. I'm gonna say this one gonna go 7, and I'm gonna give my edge to Cleveland, bro. Donovan Mitchell, proven playoff player, no doubt about it, bro. 50 pieces in the bubble, bro. This close to being in the conference finals, but they lost that game to Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets. Look at me. But yeah, bro, Cleveland is 7, and I'm gonna try to be at one of these games. I might be talking out my ass right now, but I would love to go to a Cleveland Cavaliers playoff game. Real quick, I just wanted to say, January 4th, I had the pleasure of being in the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse Arena the night Donovan Mitchell dropped 71 points, bro. It was crazy, bro. Here go a clip. It was live. And finally, wrapping up the video, last series, Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks. Oh my God. Them boys was going at it the other night. Them boys was going at it. KD having his game. Devin Booker talking his stuff to Luka. After Luka missed a bunny, I am so shocked he missed that out. Like, that was one of the easiest shots Luka could have had all game, that he had all game. Wide open, and he just missed. It happens, but yeah, they don't like each other. Luka doesn't like D-Book. Booker does not like Luka Doncic. KD and Kyrie just came from separate teams. They just came from being teammates. Now they're going on competitive teams. Like I said, rivalry teams. Well, now this is a real rivalry now. They spoke on it. This is a real rivalry now. They're on rival teams. Oh my God, this is just such an interesting matchup, bro. Now, obviously, the Dallas Mavericks are the weaker or less equipped team in this situation when you have two top 15 players, top 12 players in Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and you have point guard and Chris Paul. DeAndre Ayton still on the come up, a young player who he's just a big body, 7 foot, 7'1", 250 plus down there, bro. This is going to be a rough series. Similar somewhat to the Cleveland New York series. This could go 7. But I'm gonna have to give my nod to Phoenix, man. Although Dallas do have them killers, they have a killer in Kyrie Irving. You got Luka Doncic, a top 3, top 5 player in the league right now, a very proven playoff player as well. We can't forget what he's done in LA in the past couple years. But KD, bro, that's all I have to say. KD being on this team just puts them in that position even better to get past this Dallas Mavericks team. Although it could go 7, if it does go 7, I don't want to hear nothing from Devin Booker. Y'all should have won. Y'all honestly should win this in 6. I'll give a couple games to Luka and Kyrie because they are who they are, but their supporting cast is nowhere near as well as the Phoenix Suns. So this one should not go any further than 6, in my opinion. Give my nod to KD and the Phoenix Suns. But yeah, man, first round of the playoffs. A lot going on, a lot of rematches. Some beef going to pop up. It's just, oh man, I cannot wait. 18, 20-ish so games left for all the teams. Couple weeks, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I apologize for the 2 weeks between videos. At least coming to talk to y'all NBA wise. I just been trying to try different stuff with like gameplay and things of that nature, but I'm always gonna be locked in on this NBA stuff, bro. That's where my heart is. That's where my mind is. So we always gonna have something to talk about when it comes to the NBA. Playoffs right around the corner. We're gonna be talking about every series, coming and reviewing every game. Every series. We might even touch on this video with the next video, seeing if I got my predictions correct or not. But yeah, man, your boy Reese, aka the Sideliner. Fresh new setup. I'm feeling good, bro. NBA playoffs right around the corner, bro. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. See you on the next one.